Hey CMT, it's the Randy Rogers Band.
Hola!
I'd like to thank Cody Allen for having us. So, Tyler from Benson, North Carolina, he asked, what inspires you to write new songs?
Well, for me, it's always been ladies, love, getting your heart broken. That's what inspires me.
Alright, Paris from Phoenix, Arizona says, what is the worst thing about being on tour? Brady?
Well, to be honest, for me, the worst thing is not getting to use your own restroom and own shower.
Good one.
Les. Letty from Fort Worth, Texas says, what is your favorite artist or song to cover?
Well, we don't really cover many songs, maybe a couple Merle Haggard tunes every night, but we did get to play with George Strait and cover some of his songs while he sang them, which was really, really cool.
That was cool.
Very cool.
Chops. Pat from Angleton, Texas says, what is the reason behind naming your album Trouble?
We were trying to find the shortest possible name for it, and it turns out one word, Trouble, pretty much summed up everything that was going on. So that worked pretty good.
Alright, Jeffrey. Jen from Waterloo, Iowa says, do you have any pre-concert rituals that get you ready to perform?
Hi, Jen. How you doing? Yeah, we take some Jaeger bombs and rock out.
Nice. Back to you, Randy. Harriet from Oxford, Pennsylvania says, what artists are you currently into?
Harriet, that's a fine question. I think I've probably listened to the Shovels and Rope album and the Head and the Heart album the most over the last year or so.
Alright, so Brady. Caitlin from Appleton, Wisconsin says, which song off the new album are you most excited to start playing live?
You know, one that we haven't been playing lately, that we're about to start playing, is a song that Johnny Chops wrote called Shotgun.
Good choice.
So, yeah, I like that.
Really, man?
Alright, Les. Matt from Brenham, Texas. Hey, Bluebell Ice Cream. What city in Texas have you had the most memorable experience in?
I would say that it's really too hard to pick just one, because we've gotten in trouble at pretty much all of them.
Hence the name of the record.
Don't steal golf carts.
Chops. Brian from Sedona, Arizona says, do you prefer touring or performing locally? Oh, touring versus performing locally.
You know, they're both pretty cool. When you tour, you get to see a new place. But then when you play at home, you get to play for your family. So it's a tough call. I'm going to call it a toss-up. Depends on the venue.
Good. Jeffrey Alley from Nashville, Tennessee asks, what 3 things would you bring with you to a deserted island?
Oh, okay. That game, huh? Yeah, a boat, a helicopter, and a jet ski. No, I guess I'd bring a shovel. Maybe that'd come in handy. A Swiss Army knife, because I'm pretty sure MacGyver would bring one. And maybe a snorkel. Sounds good.
Good answer. Good answer.
Alright, Randy, back to you. Carly from Ardmore, Pennsylvania asks, what is your favorite song off the new album, Trouble?
My favorite song off the new album would have to be one that I wrote. So I'm just going to go with Flash Flood. I think that's one.
Alright, Brad from Paris, France, not Texas, the original one in France. Asks, how do you guys prepare to go on stage? Do you ever get nervous?
You know, I'll be honest, I don't get nervous very often. I did get nervous opening for George Strait. That was tough. But preparing, basically we all stand in line and wait to pee for the last time before we go on stage and play for 2 hours. So.
And Jaeger bombs.
And Jaeger bombs. Yes.
Alright. Les, Natalia from Baltimore asks, do you think shows like American Idol and The Voice are good or detrimental to the creative process of being an artist?
Good question.
I need help with this one, guys. Honestly, I don't really watch American Idol or The Voice, so anybody?
That's good enough. Let's move on.
You know, yeah.
Chops. Stuart from Houston, Texas asks, I'm a former Texas State Bobcat, just like Randy. So Randy, what was your favorite thing about living in San Marcos?
The river, man. Just getting to float the river all the time, and Sewell Park, I think, for me. That's the reason I went to college there, is I saw the scenery at Sewell Park.
Back to you, Chops. Sophia from Denver, Colorado asks, do you guys have a favorite restaurant?
Yes. Garcia's Mexican restaurant. It's in San Marcos, Texas.
There you go. All right. Jesse from Miami, Florida asks, who is your biggest musical influence besides yourself?
Biggest musical influence? I'm gonna go with some good old-fashioned 90s rock, probably Pearl Jam or Nirvana.
Very nice.
Everyone clothed.
And we're doing CMT. This is Betsy.
Hey!
We're doing the CMT video, so go over here.
Hi.
And we'll continue with Randy. Jessica from Poteet, Texas asks, what is it like performing live and having the audience sing along to all your songs?
Well, as a songwriter, the biggest compliment anyone can give you is learning the lyrics that you created. And so, for me, that's it. Yeah.
Great. Brady Page from Charleston, South Carolina asks, what has been your favorite album to record?
It would be the first one that the 5 of us sitting here did together, which is called Roller Coaster in 04, 02.
Ages ago.
Yeah, with Mr. Radney Foster. That was a lot of fun. I think
Great.
we did it in 4 days.
All right, Les, Jane from Chicago, Illinois asks, what is your favorite part of your career? Is it performing or the creative process?
For me, it's performing. There's nothing cooler than being on stage. You know, thousands of people, like Randy said, know the lyrics to your songs. It's pretty cool.
All right. Chops, Jennifer from Atlanta, Georgia asks, if the end of the world was tomorrow, what would the last song you would ever sing? What would that be?
That's a very easy one. It is one that I wrote with Jeffrey. It's called Last Chance.
Oh, yeah.
Very,
I thought
very
you were
good.
going to say, it's the end of the world.
I thought you were going to sing Elvis. All right, Jeffrey, Joe from Knoxville, Tennessee asks, how did you guys meet?
We all lived in San Marcos, Texas together. Some of us were finishing up school, some of us were already there, and we came together San Marcos, Texas.
Great. Nikki from Frisco, Texas asked, Randy, if you had to have only 3 songs on your iPod, which ones would you choose?
There would probably be all Merle Haggard songs. So, Misery and Gin, Swinging Doors, and Stay Here and Drink.
Brady, Christine from Dallas, Texas asks, who would you say is the weirdest of you guys?
That's a loaded question. But I'd have to go with myself.
Good answer.
I second that.
Les, when you're not touring, what do you guys like to do for fun? Sorry, Allison from Miami, Florida asked that question.
When we're not touring, you'll find me on a golf course. Or pretty much on a golf course.
We go bowling sometimes. We do frequent restaurants and bars.
All right. Chops, Jeremy from Helotes, Texas. Oh, Helotes.
Lotus.
He asked, who was the band member that got arrested in the 3rd verse in The Trouble Knows My Neighbor song?
If I tell you that information, someone will have to go back to jail. That's part of the agreement we made with the cops. So
Classified.
I can't tell you that. Somebody will go back to jail if I tell you.
Jeffrey Jasmine from Portland, Oregon asked, what does your typical day consist of? A typical day on the road.
Well, I guess I wake up, I brush my teeth, I go find some Mexican food, come back here, try my best to skip sound check, go find some more Mexican food for dinner, and then play a little show.
All right.
Shower.
Oh, and maybe I'll shower.
Once a week.
Every other day.
Every other day.
Randy, Nate from Charlotte, North Carolina asks, where do you guys see yourself in 10 years?
Nate, in 10 years, I think we'll still be making records, you know. Be on the road playing shows somewhere, probably.
Branson.
Not Branson.
Disney World.
On the road.
Brady, Charlie from Edgewater Park, New Jersey asked, what's the most difficult thing about recording an album?
Playing in tune.
Hey,
I'm a fiddle player.
this is Jeffrey's mother.
Jeffrey's mom.
Hello, CMT.
Hello, CMT. Say hi to CMT.
I don't know. There's water in there.
Bye, Mom.
Bye, Mom.
Where were we, Les? Megan from Casper, Wyoming. How do you handle mistakes during a performance? Do you let them bother you afterwards?
You just gotta keep going. You can't stop, plow through. And yes, they do bother me afterwards a lot.
You said it good the other day. What was it?
When it's good, it's fun. When it's bad, it's funny.
Yay.
Gotta laugh it off. Chops, do you guys ever fight? Jackie from Astoria, New York. Sorry, Jackie. Do you guys ever fight? How do you handle resolving any issues you have with each other?
We never fight. But if we were to fight, we would probably throw some food at each other and then make up with a nice buffet at the end of the fight.
All right, Ryan from Marietta, Georgia asked, Jeffrey, what is the craziest thing you guys have ever done together? You don't have to answer that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tattoos.
Yeah, me and Brady both got tattoos on our butt cheeks because we lost a bet. Just throw that one out there.
Twin story.
Loaded baked potato.
Let's just leave it at that.
Randy, Harry from Greensboro, South Carolina asks, where has been your favorite venue to perform at?
My favorite venue was this year, the Reliant Stadium opening for George Strait. It's
Kind of like Cheatham Street.
I don't know how you can beat that one.
All right, Brady Mandy from Portsmouth, Virginia asks, what has been your favorite experience thus far?
I would have to say playing at Reliant Stadium.
Well, I think this concludes the questions. So thanks again for submitting your questions, everybody, and we enjoyed answering them. Thanks to Cody Allen.
Thanks, everybody.
Say bye to the Randy Rogers.
Thanks,
Show.
Cody.
More.